I am here with Vistablue. How you guys doing? How did you guys kind of come up with Vistablue?
Corey and I, we had already been like writing together. And then Ish and I, we had talked about doing something. And then I was like, the three of us should just do something. And then we did. And it was originally my first full name, which I didn't like.
Say it in the mic.
It's Sarah Ellen. Corey and I thought that was a cool name for a band.
No, they said we're
Sarah
not
Ellen.
going to be in the band unless it's that. And I was like, okay.
How do you guys navigate having 6 band members and then all writing?
I feel like it depends a lot on like what exactly we're going for. I feel like we have like 2 or 3 different ways that we kind of approach a song based on what we feel it needs.
Do you guys have any new music for this year?
Nope.
Wow. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming.
No, we do.
Rumor has it we have some things in the pipeline.
Ooh.
Now,
You wanna give dates?
you never know when it's going to come out. That's the cool thing. We'll like to say we're going to release something, and then we'll wait like 2 or 3 months.
Years.
And then, or years.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes, we have new music.
we do
Just
have
no
new
date.
music.
We are
no
writing.
date.
We're working on a. Should I say what we're working on?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Studio One. I am here with Vistablue. How you guys doing? Usually we clap for you guys. Let's all clap for you guys. usually there's a couple more people here, but it's just me today. So that's all you got. How you guys doing today? Good. How was the drive up here? I know this is kind of crazy, actually. This is the biggest group I've had on here. So we got 6 people going at one time. So there's probably going to be a lot of voices going at one time. But I love it. Let's get the energy. How was the drive here?
Pretty simple for us.
Yeah?
Sarah put a mug on top of her car.
Already coming out the tea. I love it. What happened to the mug?
It fell in 95, and I'm actually really upset.
It lasted a while.
That's kind of
That's what we said.
Was it a travel mug or just like a normal?
like a
It's a
regular
nice
mug.
mug. It's
Yeah.
one of my
That's a
favorites.
nice.
How'd you know it was gone? Did you hear something? Or?
Oh, we
heard
it.
it.
We heard
And then we
it.
watched it go, and she knew what it was. She was like, "My mug."
There was actually a
I looked
police
at my couple
helicopter following us.
Mug on 95.
Mug on 95.
Promo.
Cause an accident.
No.
Dang.
Jeez, kind of promo.
Song title.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're using that.
No.
That was our drive.
Well, thanks for being here. Sorry for your casualty with the coffee.
Thank you.
I want to get into a little bit of the intro stuff, and then we're going to do a game after this. But a little bit of intro. So I want us to give us your name. We're going to start from the back here. Your name and what instrument you play on the band.
I'm Corey, and I play the keys.
Perfect.
Hey, Ish. My voice, I sing.
My name's Naomi. I also sing. No, I'm just kidding. Play drums.
My name is Raymond Paul Shive.
Ooh.
I play guitar.
My name is Sarah Long. I play guitar and I sing.
My name's Kay Klinger. I play bass.
And we all write. I feel like we all write equally. at
Except
this
for
point.
Wait, that's one of the
Music.
questions I'm going to have after. No.
Can you
Well,
tell
no,
which of
that's
us
not
aren't the
true.
singers based on how we don't know how to hold a mic?
No, you guys are doing well. You guys are doing well.
I'm like,
I'll
I
be
don't know how
honest
to
with
do
you.
this.
He's fisting.
I'm like, lift, close it.
Used to it.
Hey, what's up?
Where'd you guys all meet? So 6 of you guys. Were you guys the original 6? Where'd you guys meet?
We booted
We
3
started. It was us, and then it was the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And then
Then Kay.
Kay.
And then we
Then
had
Paul.
then Paul. Yeah.
And then that's it.
And that's why I don't help with the writing.
No.
Credits.
Yeah, it's a first
you
come,
do.
first serve basis.
Yeah, but we all
met in college.
went to college together.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Naomi.
But Naomi was like
And
grad
again,
school.
that's why I
Okay.
don't help with the writing.
What college? I'm assuming Karen.
Yeah.
Yes.
But for the viewers, Karen University.
Yeah.
I also went to
Don't look at
Karen.
me.
Yeah.
Who's got the mission statement? Anybody got the mission statement down?
JK.
JK.
You just had a
Okay,
reason to
what
love you.
year? Because I was
Hard
in the year
choice.
with you guys.
Yeah.
What year were you guys?
Yeah,
Class
let's
of
talk about
22, baby.
22. Okay.
2020.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So you graduated in 2020. You guys graduated in 2022,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Does it
2020.
count if you didn't
Oh, I was just
graduate?
transferred. Oh.
2017, technically.
Let's go, Corey.
I was present
represent.
for 4 years.
Yeah, baby.
I love it. I love it. All right. So on top of music, what do you guys do outside of that? You just kind of like chilling. Like if you weren't doing music, what's like your chill thing? It's kind of like to ask musicians because a lot of times they're like music, 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 but then it's like you guys also do, I'm sure, other things other than music. So like, what's your like your pastime? Could be binge watching, Netflix.
Chess. I'm big into chess right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Online chess or
Yeah, like chess.com.
So if anyone wants to play him,
You will win. But
Are we friends?
What's your
we're not
username?
friends yet, of
All
course.
right, we
Right.
need to do it.
But yeah, I played getting into it a little bit.
okay. So chess. Any other variation, or are you guys all chess goers?
No. I'm not
I mean,
a
I
chess
enjoy
goer.
chess,
I
but
enjoy a mean game of checkers every now and then.
Hey.
I can get behind checkers.
Do we have?
Me and my grandma, we go hard.
I love it. So chess and checkers.
yeah.
That's
That's
about
Board
it.
game
I
people.
just-
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
like,
I don't have.
yeah.
hobbies.
I was just thinking. He asked the question. I started sweating.
I'm like, what do I do?
And I was like,
What
I
do
don't
I
think
do
I
all
have
day?
You know what's the most embarrassing thing is having no other hobbies and still not like being excellent at music. You know what I mean?
Stop.
Like you don't. Do,
Brutal.
no, I'm not even like.
You
Corey,
guys, I'm
that's-
sure you guys will see.
Corey, that's the most relatable
after
thing you've
this.
ever
That's a
said.
great keyboard.
No, I think like adequate, but I just mean like somebody's like, oh, all you do is music. You're like,
Yeah.
and then you can kill it.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
that's not the case.
I think I
I'm
would
saying
like
you,
to.
I'm talking about me.
No, but you're kind of. I'm taking it for myself too.
Okay.
Okay.
But I don't know. Probably outdoor stuff if
Okay.
that can.
Yeah.
I like being outside. So like winter, I want to snowboard. I'm like really ready to go do something, but.
What's your go-to mountain for snowboarding?
I wish I had one. I've been to Whiteface and Lake Placid, and that one is sweet.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. That's sick.
Naomi has a lot of hobbies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like a jack of all trades, master of none. But actually, the real saying is jack of all trades, master of one. But
Is that true?
yeah, it's
I
true.
don't
But I enjoy a lot. In the winter, I like to pick a craft that I obsessed over. So this winter was candle making.
You made us 2 candles.
Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
they're
Hey,
good.
what the heck? I
Nice.
have
Yeah.
not a candle
That's
yet.
Yeah, I'm
I
kind
like
of
me some
offended.
I like me some sports, like play basketball, softball, some volleyball. You know,
Volleyball, okay.
keep active. Like to go to the gym. And then occasionally I'll do like some music that's not drums. So I'll do like some volunteer
Really?
music stuff like music therapy. Yeah.
Dang, she's got enough hobbies for all of you guys combined. Like
Yeah,
she's
you could say some
pulling
of
the
mine.
weight over here. My
Yeah.
goodness.
What do you do?
I know. You betrayed me because we bonded.
That's why we're
Naomi's
here.
the only
That's
one
why
of
we're
us with a
here.
I
life.
actually do outdoor stuff.
Yeah, Naomi does a lot.
I
Well,
do
'cause
like
she
life.
I do too, but I didn't.
You walk a lot.
That is such a low bar.
That's your
I'm
hobby.
glad we had this time for you guys. Like this is really good.
No,
like
this
your
has been an
therapist actually said to
eye-opener.
get
Can I say
together.
reading?
This has
That's
been an
You can do reading,
eye-opener.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's a book? What's a book you're on right now?
I started reading. I had to return to the library, but I was reading The Terror. It's so long.
So
It was such a long
So you didn't
book.
finish it.
So
No, because it was like I got halfway through.
Someone
and I
get,
had,
him,
like,
someone get him a Kindle.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us
No, the
some.
Libby app, shout out. I think
Yeah.
it's great.
So would you say you gave up on it in 2017 or?
Reading?
Yeah, the book itself.
No, I was just reading it.
Yeah,
And I
I
was
know.
like, oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, I love this
Good
answer,
talk,
guys. This is amazing.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into a quick game. All right.
Okay, okay.
It's called Spill the Tea.
Oof.
It's
I
the first time we're
love
ever doing this because we have a big enough group to do this. So I'm going to give you 6 questions, and you need to label somebody, point somebody out that, and this could be multiple people. It's okay.
Oh.
If someone has the same kind of like, they're always late for something or whatever. But I'm going to give you 6 questions. You guys have to figure out who in your group is more like that. So the first one is, who is the first to arrive to band rehearsal? Who's like punctual?
Me.
Yeah, technically us.
Yeah.
Because it's in our house.
Is that your house? I mean, that's good.
Is that a safe answer?
That's a safe answer.
4 of us rode together, so
Yeah.
That's perfect.
want to keep the friendship.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm driving.
Gonna have a really bad drive home.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. Who was the last to arrive
Naomi.
at band rehearsal? Oh shoot!
I was gonna
That was
say ish.
quick.
I was gonna say ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, we're
see,
tired.
See, no, there's a difference.
Is it like 15
There's a
minutes late,
difference.
5 minutes, or are we thinking like 30?
No, it's
Oh, no,
Ish
nobody's
doesn't
30.
show
Okay.
up. But when Ish shows up, he's usually pretty much on time. Naomi's
he's
just
early,
late every
too.
week.
Like we're talking like 10 minutes, 15
Yeah.
minutes. It's
Sometimes
not,
half
but
an
then,
hour.
Do you bring
okay.
your gear?
Oh.
Okay, so this past week I brought
She's
my
ready.
all
She's-
of my
She's
gear.
like, hey,
Right, I brought all of my gear, a
She had a
whole
lot.
entire drum kit. I'm parking on the street. I'm texting them, hey, can I get help? Me unloading. I'm getting people behind me. They're like, move, get out the way. So I had to park like 2 blocks away and then keep unloading my stuff. So that puts me at like a 15-minute late thing, and no one helped me.
Drummers
Until-
on the
We
right.
pulled. We brought your.
But no,
gear.
they're really good with helping
brought
me
you.
unload. Usually.
No, you're good. I didn't let you finish. I thought you were
Oh
going to
yeah.
say
No,
we didn't
usually
help
they're
you on
pretty
that.
good, but this time I had an excuse. But
I will say I appreciate Paul shows up. We have rehearsal at 7 p.m. and Paul's there at 7 p.m. exactly.
Yeah, Paul's
It's
up
impressive.
I do love
time.
It's like
I'm-
7 p.m. He's at your door.
Where
he's like, I'm here.
No
I'm usually a
early,
little
like
late.
no earlier, no later. Like
He's right
I
on
feel like
time.
you've been early.
Thank
He's
you.
probably sitting out there for like 5 minutes, like, all right, now.
Wait.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to be even more punctual now.
Me too.
All right,
I
the
will
third
not.
one. Who has the most complex coffee order?
I think
Sarah?
No, I
Kay.
don't.
Me.
I think.
No, it's probably.
I don't
I
know.
feel like
No.
Sarah K.
Well, it's not like
Wait, let's go.
Let's
through.
get your orders.
Let's go through.
black coffee.
Black coffee.
Oh.
That's okay. We can work with that.
It's just more than black coffee.
No coffee.
Oh.
Black coffee.
Okay, so it's you too. Okay, let's hear your order. Let's hear your
Yeah.
order.
That is
I
awesome.
feel so extra. I'm like, I'm either iced or hot almond milk.
I got
Wait,
Be
tell me what you
honest.
get from Starbucks.
Starbucks. I don't really go to Starbucks. I feel like my favorite coffee that I got. I'll tell you my favorite coffee I got from Bagels and Co. It's just iced coffee with cream and hazelnut syrup. That's
So-
it.
So it's you.
I think it's K.
It's me?
I think it's K.
It's K.
We
He
set the
has a
bar.
specific
Yeah, but
spot
to
he
be
likes
fair,
to.
it's not
He has a
complicated.
specific place.
Yeah.
I had that today and it was good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. To be fair,
His
it's
order.
it's not
Oh, it sounds
complicated.
good.
It's just we did set
Out
the
of
bar
us.
super
It's true.
low.
But if the baseline is black coffee,
I didn't know everyone was
Yeah.
on black.
Sorry.
Jeez.
All right, question number 4. Who is the group comedian?
Me, obviously.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I'd vote Corey.
Yeah, Corey's pretty funny.
That's true. Sometimes.
Can you vote for yourself?
That's
I was
always,
honestly
Sure.
Corey
picking
or
that.
Paul.
that's always Ish. I think it's just funny.
I'm not.
It's tough
I'm
because
say-
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Who
everyone
would
has like a
most-
different sense
Yeah.
of humor, but it all gels really
Yes.
well
Yeah.
together.
I would
Yeah.
say
But who
we're
will be
at-
the first to like crack a joke, or like
I
make?
feel like Paul or Corey.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul or Corey.
Yeah.
Who would succeed most at a stand-up?
Oh.
Paul, probably.
That's the way I interpret
I could
the
see
question.
Paul doing stand
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I
we might
picked
have to have a
myself.
second.
Yeah, there's a
one
level
for
of
you guys.
yeah.
Yeah. I think we're all funny though.
Yes.
Yeah, I honestly think we're
yeah.
hilarious. We have a good time.
Thought that was funny.
Point for Kay.
That's amazing. All right, question number 5.
Yeah.
Who has the strangest food combo, and
Me.
what is it?
Paul. I don't even know what it is. but it's Paul.
100% me. I will put all of you
I
under the
would-
table
What is
right
okay?
now.
What is
I
it?
believe it.
Step 1.
Sardines.
We're getting there. That's later.
Oh, my fault.
Step 1. Canned tuna.
Okay, it's not a bad start.
Not
I'll
a
be
bad
honest with you. Not a
start,
bad
right?
Not a
start.
bad start.
Depends on where we got to that.
Yeah, I love tuna. Love tuna.
Step number 2. A tin of sardines.
Okay,
Mixing fish.
kind of
We're mixing them together. Yep.
Okay.
Or it's the ocean. And step 3, we got mayonnaise.
Okay.
A lot.
Alright.
A lot of mayonnaise. Mix it all together.
What are we making?
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it. Yeah.
Wait,
that's-
that's just like a fish salad,
Fish fillet.
like a tuna sardine fish salad.
Ish said that's not good enough.
All right, let's see yours, Ish. Let's see yours.
Yeah.
My weirdest combination that I have had recently, you can ask my wife who lives with me: peanut butter and cheese sandwich.
Ooh.
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna be.
Point
I'm
out
sorry.
that
I'm
you-
sorry.
You had to
That,
point
I
out that
think,
your
is a
wife
little bit
lives with
rough.
you.
What? Wait,
and
what?
cheese
Okay, what?
sandwich?
Expand.
American cheese,
Okay.
American cheese.
creamy
Sliced
peanut
craft-
butter,
like a craft
wheat
single?
bread. Yeah. That was
Wow.
like my jam when I was a kid.
Okay, we need the vote. We need the vote between these two. Those are the two.
Hold on. Repeat your
I think
ingredients.
differently of you.
I put
Wheat
applesauce
bread.
on chicken.
That's weird.
That's
What?
crazy.
That
That's not as
actually-
bad as a
I feel
craft
like-
single.
No,
on
I
peanut butter.
agree with that.
That is a
yeah.
crazy
The
texture.
peanut butter
Craft
takes
single
the
really
win.
drives
A
it
craft
home.
single
You gotta
itself
like-
Like it's not even. It's
is-
like
Leave a
plastic
comment down
on
below
your
who
peanut
had the
butter,
weirdest
bro.
food
Like,
order.
what's like? Are you okay? Like,
Dude,
what's
I don't
going
know
on?
why I wanted to try that when I was a kid, but I really did. And my cousins were like, "No, that's gross. Do not do that." And I did it anyways. And I'm not sure if I just kept doing it as like a fu to everyone, but now I kind of
Rebellious.
just genuinely like it.
Do we have a consensus between those two of who
Definitely
you guys think?
It's definitely
Ish. Okay.
Oh, I was
Sorry,
saying.
Paul.
I'm saying Paul.
Sorry.
Wait, so we have Ish and Paul. Wait, we have 2 for Ish, 1 for Paul.
No, I'm voting
Let the
Ish.
comments decide.
Well,
That's
let the
what I
comments
said.
decide.
I don't know.
The very active
I
people.
think
of us.
mixing fish is.
It'll be
Who do you
us.
think is weirder?
That's a
You
question.
guys comment on it? I love
A
it.
cat named that. So.
That's right.
All right, the last question.
Okay.
Who has been in the band the longest?
Sarah.
Probably
Sarah.
Sarah.
I would say me and Corey. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the first band.
The
was
first
named
band was
after
literally
you.
your name.
The first
Oh,
band
yeah.
was named after you.
I think it's you.
That's
Vistablue's
true.
our second name.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
That is true.
That's
Which
a deep
actually is a
file.
good segue into the next topic we're going to talk about, which is the starting of your band. So, from Spotify, what I can say is that you guys started 5 years ago, going on 5 years ago, as Vistablue.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm assuming that's not the first time you guys
I don't like
had
that.
started as a band. So how did you guys start? Like, how did you guys kind of come up with Vistablue?
Yeah.
Start the whole band. What was your story?
I feel like it was during the pandemic that Corey and we had already been like writing together, and then we just kept doing it, and then Ish and we had talked about doing something, and then I was like, oh, the three of us should just do something, and then we did, and it was originally my first full name, which I didn't like.
Say it in the
Sarah
mic.
hated it.
Yeah.
It's Sarah Ellen, and Corey and I thought that was a cool name for a band.
No, they
Just
said we're
Sarah
not going to
Ellen.
be in the band unless it's that, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay,
Oof, so you were cornered.
yeah, I
Which
was.
is crazy for a band that didn't technically exist yet. You
No, it
really could have
didn't.
backed out of that.
It was just a
I
group
really
chat
said
of
it's
3
my
people.
name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have just said no.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's how it started.
Yeah.
That is how it started.
That's
Yeah.
how it started.
Yeah.
That's how it
We
started.
wrote one song together. We released one song together.
Yes.
And
What's this
just,
song
uh,
called?
Under that name. So do you still have it under that name, or you guys
no,
like
No.
delete
No, it's
it.
not.
It's
Deleted.
gone.
can't find it anymore?
Off face
guys?
of the internet.
Yeah, got rid of that.
But I think it's still on our Instagram.
No, yeah, we
Oh yeah, it is on our Instagram.
we reposted it to
Vistablue.
Spotify under Vistablue.
Yeah.
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 So Vistablue started. If you guys started in 2020, kind of under your name.
Yeah, I guess it was like
maybe
a little.
a little after in 2020.
Yeah.
A little later.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we came up with Vistablue over FaceTime, I remember. Because
Yes.
Well,
were
okay.
all
What's the what?
quarantined.
What
Yeah.
does Vistablue mean?
Great question.
Dude.
It was a name that Ish suggested
Thank you.
Yeah.
because I joined
Okay.
the band and I was like, I don't want to be in a band called Sarah Ellen.
And I was like, please.
She's like, yes, fine.
Please
And I
save me.
respected Kay for that, and I was like, fine, we'll come up with a new name.
He doesn't respect
Yeah,
me.
and-
And then, oh wait, I think my first one was Avenue Blue.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
or like
kind of cool.
Indigo
right, I
was
remember
an option.
Yeah,
And
I
it was an
remember that.
option.
We
Something
just
with
kinda-
color.
We went
Yeah.
through colors and we liked Vista. We kind of stuck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of just.
What
a
does Vista
synonym-
mean?
It's a synonym for
View.
Avenue.
Okay.
Like scene.
Yeah. It's usually by. It's like a street or like a yeah. And I think usually by water. So
Mhm.
Vista Blue.
Yeah.
Vista Blue. Yeah.
That's so cool. Do you guys remember the first time you performed?
That's great.
I remember the
performed
first
as
time we
Vistablue?
performed. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Was
Remember
it
the first
it
show?
was-
Oh,
It
yeah.
was,
It was a big.
it was great.
Packed house.
yeah.
Wait, what was
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
show?
That was
Yeah.
our biggest
The
show.
one at-
It was the
High
biggest
Point.
show we ever
Point.
played, our first one.
I don't
Okay.
think that's true.
That was in Philly,
I
wasn't it?
think
Yeah.
so, because there was like 250 people there.
It was
You
a lot.
Was that in Philly?
Yeah. It was
250
In
is
Roxbury?
crazy
Ardmore?
for me to believe. That room is small.
Yeah,
It was
wait, no, it
Ardmore.
was huge.
No, it was huge.
It was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
really
My
good.
memory that bad.
Part of that was we shared it with two of our friends.
True.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
So
I
we
think I was
had-
at that show.
You serious?
No, I was at. I've been to your guys' shows before.
That was at High Point.
In Ardmore.
I
No,
think
it was
so.
in
It was like a really like it was
Roxborough.
like a
Oh,
glass,
Roxborough?
like you could
Yep.
see into the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
That was crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
It
It was.
hot.
It was
like
It was a
250
vibe though.
people
I was
there.
gonna say that's like yeah.
It was fun.
Was that the first time you guys performed as Vistablue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
was the first time, yeah.
I did
know,
not know
dude.
that. I thought you guys were Vistablue way before that.
We were.
put a lot of time.
Yeah, we
into
were.
it.
Yeah. It was for like a year.
It took us a really long time to perform our first show because it was like we started during the pandemic.
Yeah, oh, that's
so
true.
nobody was
Yeah.
playing for a
And everyone-
while.
right when you were like, we're gonna do a show, everyone's like, yes, please.
Yeah.
We're,
No,
we're
yeah,
all
that's
going.
true.
Yeah, we really capitalized.
Yeah, it took us.
Yeah.
It took us a long time.
We were all recording stuff at
That's
our
true.
houses.
Yeah.
That was a big
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. No, I love that. That's great. So the first time there, and then now, Vistablue.
Vistablue.
And now
Yeah.
Vista Blue.
That's amazing. I want to get into a little bit of your music. So, do you guys have an inspiration or like artists that you kind of like? Oh, these are the people that we're kind of like shooting for. Or are you guys making your own trek?
I feel like it's definitely our own track,
Yeah.
but we each have like our own
Mhm.
inspirations that we definitely take from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think especially over the last like year and a half, we've been really going down our own avenue and finding.
Yeah. What does that look like? Is that like experimenting in like different tones or writing or melodies? Like, what does that look like for you guys? To kind of like try to create something different.
I would say that. Yeah, I think it's like kind of like to your point,
Mm.
have our own influences, and then I think we've played together long enough now that when you bring an idea in, it's like you kind of know what our sound is and what we're going for. And still, like in a creative way, it's not like this is the only sound we can have, but you just kind of know. All right, this is what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are definitely a lot of musical tastes represented among the six of us. A lot. A lot. And not only that, but writing style as well.
Yeah.
From correct me if I'm wrong, Kay, but I've always sort of seen you as like a maximalist in a lot of ways of like adding things, and making a pile of music almost, with a lot of like inner working parts. Whereas I've always kind of seen myself as more of a minimalist, and trying to make it work on its own. And I feel like that's a tension in our music, which is cool. And whether we're writing narratives or more indirect lyrics too, there's a lot of different styles represented.
How do you guys navigate having 6 band members and then all writing and stuff like that? Like, how do you guys navigate? Is there people that kind of like shine with writing melody and some people shine with lyrics and like interpretation? Like, do you guys have, I'm assuming you've been in a band for a couple years, so like you've probably have a system per se of like, oh, this person, this maybe not, but like you have someone that's like, okay, they're good at chords, so whenever we want to kind of do chords, we're gonna come to him and do it. Like, is there kind of a system you guys have had, or is it kind of like one of you will come with a song and then you'll be like, oh, let's all work on it together, and then like kind of like that way?
I mean, I would say it varies a lot. We kind of have a somewhat of like a quasi system, because I feel like a lot of the time, I think a lot of the time Corey and I come up with like groundwork ideas, like a structure or like an idea of a song, and not always together, sometimes like separately, and then a lot of the times that gets passed off to like Sarah or Ish, who do like a lot of the melodies and stuff like that. But other times, I mean, some songs we've written all together, like in practice. I feel like it depends a lot on like what exactly we're going for. So I feel like we have like 2 or 3 different ways that we kind of approach a song based on what we feel it needs. Because sometimes like with this one song that's driving us crazy, I'm like, we can't write this like on our in our Logic files. Like, we need to write this as a band like together.
Playing,
Do you want to say something?
Well, yeah, I mean, just to go along with that, I feel like sometimes a lot of people like bring something, like Naomi brought in like lyrics, and she was like, just have your way with it, and we did. And like Paul has brought in like different melodies or tunes or chord progressions, and we just like roll with it. So I feel like, but it's been like very collaborative this time.
What's
around.
cool about the process is like everyone's kind of humble to give up what they've already put out. Like if here's a melody or here's a lyric, here's a beat, and everyone is okay to change it. And like, I mean, I think so. I don't think anyone gets like offended. Like, oh, he changed my beat. Like, usually the beats are given to me anyway. But it's like cool because you're not holding on to stuff. It's nice.
It's like the understanding that everybody else. Like, for me, and I feel like it's a shared opinion. It's like, if I pass this off to everybody, it's gonna get better. And it's like that's a great, for me, like a great place to be. Where it's like not one is if I hold on to this, like I could keep it really good. It's like, no, I've literally seen it where you just pass it off, and it's like this became something way better than anything I could have come up with.
I was thinking, since we all draw from different influences, like, for example, I'll speak for myself. Like, when I come up with something or bring something, I think that I really rely on Kay to add to it. Typically, I feel like it's unspoken, but I think that although we draw from different influences, I think that his taste in music kind of enhances what I'm thinking. So I think that that's something that I learned, right? Because I think, like Corey, like, I'd bring it to the group and know that it's going to get better. But I think that I've just learned that, like, okay, I think that Kay is going to understand what I'm trying to say with this, and like bring a different element to it that I wanted to but couldn't really think of.
I'll say, I think especially just this week, but more recently, we've been trying to be really intentional about like collaborative songwriting. I feel like before, like, Corey and Sarah would kind of write a song and like kind of almost complete it, and then it would come to the band. And sometimes we'd spend time being like, all right, well, how do we add a guitar part into this, or etc. And like, we made some good stuff that way, but we, like, just this past week, we have like a couple different ideas, and we're like, all right, like, Corey and I are gonna work on this song, Sarah and I are gonna work on this other song, Ish and Paul are gonna work on this other song, and kind of like, and I think most of the songs didn't start with those people either, so it's a very, I think, like, kind of pass it around sort of thing. And we do, like, sometimes I said to Corey when he's like showing me songs, do you think this is a Vistablue song? And I'm like, yes, if you're okay with us like destroying it.
And it's true. I mean, literally, like, the 195 that's happened was like a totally different song, and then bring it to the group, and it's like we have your lyrics. I think you changed the chorus chords entirely, and it was like became what it is. And then it just has like I think before it was just like a regular bass line. You added like a new bass line.
Yeah.
And then we had like melodies, and it's just like that was really cool to do. Even and like today he and I were working on a song, and that was like the mentality, like let's stop here because I think we've maxed out like what the two of us can bring to this, and let's wait and show everybody else kind of thing. See what they think.
Yeah, that's great. Do you guys have like a song that you guys are like, oh, that's like a favorite that you guys all collectively say like that's one song that we really really love? I'll let you think on it for a minute.
Minding Muse at the
That's
top
what I was
for
saying.
me, because it was also very collaborative. I think we mostly wrote that all together.
A lot of different versions of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the
Started
first
pretty
one.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like wait. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, actually. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. We're going to make a little pivot into now live shows. So, what is your favorite part about playing live shows, like presenting your music in front of people?
There's like a synergy that like happens on stage. Like Corey and I talk about it a lot of like how it's just so fun to make music and like perform with your friends. It's not like we're just here to get a check.
Yeah.
Like there's just this like
I'm not getting one.
Any people
it's a
who
rare
write
occasion when we
checks,
get a check.
please call us.
Just flash your Venmo up there.
Yeah, but it's just so nice. It's just like
Yeah.
fun. I just like you get this like, for a lack of a better word, this high, because it's like not like you're just making music that you really love. It's like you're doing it with people that you really love too. All right, I'm gonna go home.
Get all sappy. I love it.
Now you're making me feel bad for making fun of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I feel like we're a very well rehearsed band because we meet pretty regularly every week, and I didn't realize for a long time how like a lot of bands like don't really do that or aren't able to at this size at least. And I think sometimes when we're playing live, like it almost feels like a release just to be able to be like, who cares about like being like so much of a perfectionist about things because we're just
I feel like it's kind of typically how it goes. I think like I tend to be like during practice I want things perfect. Like I want it tight, and then I feel like it's like almost every time we get to a show and we're all like, all right, whatever happens, and and it's maybe it's like that like tension and release sort of fun thing, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Off of that, then, what can you guys give me like a highlight, like a positive highlight from one of your shows that you're like that really stuck for all of you guys? And on top of that, then a negative of one that was like that was wild, and we would like to forget that if we could.
I have one.
So give us positive first.
Go ahead.
Give us one and then one negative.
I think the Broken Goblet.
Yeah.
Really?
That was a solid show. It was a packed house. There's a lot of music history in that building. Like a real true show for people that hadn't seen us before.
Yeah.
Almost like an advertisement show. Like it was really cool. We had our friends represented, but there was a lot of people there that had not seen or heard of us before, so that was sick. Negative. This isn't like horrible, but quirky for sure. We showed up to a little bar, and the sound tech was like, all right, so I'm going to have you guys set up over here. And we said, okay. So we start setting up, and we get the mic stands up, we get the guitar and everything, we're all ready, and we ask him, hey, can we have some microphones? Like, sound people usually bring their own microphones. Like, we've never had to supply our own. We always leave them. The sound guy,
I saw you guys walked in. I was like, they don't have microphones. Dang it.
He actually was like, what? You guys didn't bring your own microphones? And we were like, no, we didn't.
So just
Everybody brings their own microphones.
You're playing.
And his reasoning was like germs. He was concerned about
so that was his thing. Was that like the bar's policy?
No,
man.
what was wild is we've played there before.
Yeah.
And that was not the policy, and then we played there again.
Right.
It was It wasn't long.
Maybe he
after
was pulling
either.
our leg. But
Yeah, that's
I
what we
don't
thought
know.
at first.
No, he was
Sad.
serious.
Yeah, he
was-
got.
it was-
It
So
was,
what'd you guys
we
do
thought
then?
he was.
How'd you guys?
Well,
We were like, well, we don't have any.
Yeah.
He said,
Here's-
luckily we have backup. So he actually had them. They were
Yeah.
just in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
yeah.
Backup microphone.
But he was not pleased. And then I think he actually apologized.
He apologized
to
later.
Sarah.
Okay. He's a
was
great
like,
guy.
I was really
Yeah, oh, yeah, we
He's
saw
a
him.
good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That bar's awesome.
We do.
Yeah.
love that.
Really nice place in Bucks County.
Yeah.
I like it. Would you guys say that was generally the worst and the best? I want to make sure we get a group consensus here.
I'm sure we could dig up some bad ones. Honestly.
I love it though. That was great. I love that.
Yeah.
No, I'm racking my
We'll-
own
we'll
brain. 'cause
lock-
when you started the story, I was
we'll
like,
lock
wait,
it in.
where? I know what I'm talking.
I mean, the Broken
Yeah.
Goblet was a good show. I felt like the show we played with Swerves and MTFT was a good show.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
We played really well. I thought our first show we played really well.
Yeah, the first one will have a special place.
Yeah.
yeah.
And what's cool is like sometimes like some of us feel like we have a bad show, but at least one of us felt like they
Right.
crushed it.
Yeah.
So that makes up for it.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
totally
like-
true.
That is true.
Like we
That's
had a
true.
basement, we had a couple basement shows, and Kay crushed it like both times. But like I didn't feel that way. But like because he felt that way, me and Corey were like, man, like
Did we
we're
do
so glad
well?
he had such a good show because it made up for it.
No, that happened with your birthday too. We played, and I was like, it wasn't even like
yeah.
bad. It was just like I feel like we could have played better. And then like we had seen videos, and I was like,
Oh,
Yeah, we
sorry.
crushed it.
It was also
all the
freezing
little
cold.
the what?
It was also freezing cold.
Oh wait, this
Yeah,
this
that's
past year,
true.
right? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
Outside.
The what? No, the one of the.
In
Yeah.
Warminster.
Yeah, we
That was
did
fun.
play
That's
well
so
at that.
interesting.
I think so.
Yeah.
But-
No, and yeah, we watched the video. We're
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
had
this
some
sounds-
great basement shows. I played great.
He's like, I don't know about you guys, but
He
I
does really well.
crushed it in my ears.
I don't
I
know
was
if
out-
Kay
I
has
was-
told you this, but he is perfect.
Wow.
You'll hear about it.
All right.
said you'll hear about it.
All right.
Oh my god.
I love that. All right, so wrapping up, I want to see, do you guys have any new music for this year?
Nope.
Wow. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for coming.
No,
We do.
stop.
Rumor
do,
has
we
it
do.
we have some things in the pipeline.
Ooh.
Now,
Do you want to give dates? Do you want to give anything of that?
No,
This
we definitely
episode
don't
will
have
probably, this
dates.
I
episode
also
will
would
probably
like
be
to
coming out in
hear.
like March though, so we got a little bit of time. So if it's, but
Oh.
after that,
okay.
if you're after that, we can definitely make sure that that's up on the socials and stuff.
Yeah.
Word.
you never know when it's going to come out. That's the cool thing. You know, we
Never
like
know
to
when a
keep
song's gonna
our,
be finished.
you know, we'll like to say we're going to release something, and then we'll wait like 2 or 3 months, and then or years.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
And you know, we just like to try to build engagement in our Instagram platform. You know, so follow us on Instagram, Vistablue Official, and then you'll find out when we release new music. And engage with us. We want to meet people and build this band and connect with people. So
True.
True.
Yes, we have new music coming.
We do
Just
have
no
new
date.
music.
We are writing.
We're working on a. Should I say what we're working on?
Do it.
We're working on an album.
wait, really?
He's like, wait, am I on that?
Well, yeah.
Exciting. How many songs are you trying to shoot for that? album?
That's a good question, Christian.
Between 5 and 12.
I love that. That's a good range. I really
Ballpark,
appreciate
yeah.
that. Yeah. Expect 5 to 12 songs
Yeah.
this year
5
at
to
some
12.
point.
We'll say we have.
Solid like 8.
Well, this is what we say. We have. I'll say this. We have 5 songs written, done,
Done.
donezo with the writing process.
Mm.
We probably have like 8 more very solid ideas at least, but it's not going to be 8 more. It's going to be like, I don't know.
Are you thinking about single releases to lead up to that, or are you thinking
We probably
full
should.
on?
Yeah, we probably should.
I mean, we have in the past.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
I
probably
feel like
should.
it's like us. We probably will. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Certain songs lend themselves to that more than others.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
So if there are some really standout ones that we think are like that work well as singles, and
Mhm.
yeah, but we're not gonna release like a 6-minute single. But we might have a 6-minute song on the album.
Ah.
True.
You never
We
know.
might
Look
not.
at that.
We love a
We might do a
6-minute
slowed in
song.
reverb.
Well, our longest one right now is like 4:58, so we're doing
not
pretty
bad.
good.
We're doing
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good average.
Once Kay doesn't write.
And on that note,
I just want everyone to know I wrote a 2-minute 40-second song today. All right.
wow.
His shortest.
That's
I was
amazing.
proud.
All right. I know we're wrapping up our time. It's been so much fun having you guys on. I know he already kind of plugged your socials, but plug it one more time. Where can people kind of follow you guys, keep up to date, and like also see when you guys do shows and all that stuff?
Instagram.
That's the spot to be.
Yeah. That's
Can you give us our handle one more time?
TikTok until Monday.
Say TikTok still.
Rest in peace.
It's every day we'll figure it out.
You follow me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn.
Follow me on LinkedIn.
That's not Vista Blue.
This-
We also have a PayPal and a Venmo.
True though.
If
True.
you just want to,
So if you just want to shoot us some
No,
cash.
Venmo us at K Klinger.
Yeah. Vistablue, one word.
True.
Yeah.
That's important.
No spaces
Underscore
is one
underscore official.
VISTABLUE
Underscore.
official.
Underscore official.
Underscore official.
OFFIAL.
You got
For
it.
those with spelling.
Deficiency.
That's a great way to end it. We're gonna keep that in there.
Spelling.
That.
Yeah, keep that in.
That's misspelling.
Yeah, follow us.
This has been Vistablue. Signing off.
Vistablue out.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank you.
taking some time to hang out with me here. Yeah, guys, make sure you guys stay tuned for after this. They're gonna be performing some songs, so make sure you check those out. I'll catch you guys later.
I miss your warmth late at night. Pensaba que encontré mi media naranja. En su lugar encontré la mejor mentira. Pensaba que encontré mi media naranja. En su lugar encontré